Here we are in our community sorter. And I want lights. I want lights on the floor to show when the different items are full. These lights are not correct. Yeah, that's definitely not full. This side they are correct. And these, although they look like they're full, but they're actually not, because we have 7 stacks, 7 double chests of each for each one of these items. So we've got a lot of iron. So our iron farm is bringing iron here all the time. We're using it all the time, but we have a chicken farm that farms chickens and cooks them for us. So we always have food, which is good. Always good. Always have food. I like that for sure. This is my first attempt streaming with 3 services. I think we have YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Why? You know, why not? I'm just doing this for fun, for a little relaxation, so why not? So this is our family and friends server. So still got some room here for more things. Probably need to look at redesigning this sometime into a much... I've seen some much better layouts. Make it a lot easier to look for things than this, but that's what we have right now. And what I want right now are these lights. So I've gone about and I said, how do I do that? It turns out it was pretty difficult to have a light that shows up showing when that's full. But just to kind of see how this works, we can probably start in sorter self. So here we have items in the sorter. And see, we use water and ice as the transport to move things along at a much faster pace than maybe you might otherwise see. Anyways, and the way these work are, if you look in here, we've got sugar cane. So sugar cane in here, and then when sugar cane comes across, it'll match this hopper as it's sliding across the top, and then go in the hopper, and that count will turn to 42. This comparator here senses how many items are in there, and then creates a corresponding redstone strength signal. And at 41, that signal is just weak enough that it cannot turn off a torch, which is locking this hopper, and as well as the hopper below it. And you'll see that, yeah, there's one just sitting there. Oh, there was something that zipped by. In case you were, there they go. Zip on by there. So when item number 42 goes in there, the strength is then such that it goes, basically comes here, here, there, which powers this block, which then there's a, I guess the easiest way would be just to show you, but let's put that back. Is that there's a repeater down there that block is powered because of the redstone sitting on it. That redstone repeater then lights up this block right here, and on the opposite side of that is a torch. So that torch will light up when well, actually in that case it'll go out right? Because there's a torch on there. The torch is up. The torch is on. And unless there's a strong enough signal, so for example, there's probably not strong enough signal for this one right here. I don't think it was full. Let's go look for it. Yeah, it's not full. I don't know. So the signal coming out of here is 41, and it's going to go down here. It's going to go to there, and it's not going to be strong enough to actually power that block. You can see right there that that block is not powered. You don't see any of the redstone. Like on this one, that one is full. You can tell because it's got 64 blocks, 64 in there. There's nowhere else for it to go. 64 is completely full. So any more chicken that comes across here can't go in this hopper because there's only one spot that has the hopper. We've got these other objects in here that keep those from being matched. So it can only fit here. This one's full at 64, so the chicken keeps on going. And since it's over 41, that signal is strong enough that it's going to light up the adjacent, or light up the this block, and hence the repeater underneath it. Notice, however, that it is not strong enough to affect the neighbor's blocks. And that's kind of the magic of this formula of why 41 in here is the magic number, is because once you go above 41, it will then light up another redstone, but at 64, it's not enough to go to the adjacent redstone. So it keeps that in here, even though it might be lighting up these guys, and it is. You see all these red here? These are all being lit up by this comparator right here is coming out, and it's spreading out across all these, but then it's just strong enough to do this one and not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, etc. So the only block that's lit up is this one right here. And then if we look at the comparator, you can see, in fact, that is not lit up, just like we would have expected. It is not lit up. And because it's not lit up, because there's no red power there, the redstone torch that's on the other side of that block that it's pointing at, so it's pointing at this block right here. That block right there has a redstone torch on the other side of it. And because it's not getting any power, the redstone torch is lit, and that is locking these two hoppers here, keeping everything in here. And when this goes to 42, for just an instant, it'll have enough power to turn off that torch. This will then immediately drop what's in this leftmost container first. So it'll go from 42 back to 41, and then it once again loses the power that's keeping the torch from being lit. The torch gets lit again and immediately locks those hoppers. So there's always 41 in here, no less, unless we've never seen the item in the hopper. All right. So that's kind of how that works. What we're doing is in a very similar manner. We want to use the same concept to know when the items for particular storage for a particular item is full. So let's go look at that torch we're just talking about, that I just mentioned. So we can go through here, and we can climb up to the top, and here's the torch that's on the other side of that repeater. So you can see the repeater right there. Boop. There's a bunch of repeaters in there. So there's repeaters, and they're all on one tick. It had something to do with latency reduction. I tried to apply just about every tactic I could to reduce latency. At the time, light, I don't know if this is still true, but keeping all redstone components as lit as possible so that it wasn't having to recalculate the light levels constantly. That's why all of these Jack-o'-lanterns are in there. But anyway, so you can see that there's no power on that, so therefore this is lit, and it's powering the block above it, which is locking both of those hoppers, which are above that block. Now, and it's this torch that we're going to use for our status of when something's full. So you can see right here, there's one that's out. Well, that's the chicken. Because it was above 41, and it couldn't go below 41 because this entire stack is full. That means the two hoppers above it, as well as this hopper here. I mean, if we look at it, we can see, yeah, it's full, as well as that double chest, that hopper. Let's look at that. Yeah, it's full. That double chest all the way on down, all 7 layers down to the actual storage cave are all full. Because of that, this just stays unlocked because it's the signal strength is strong enough coming out of that hopper to keep this off. So let's see if we can use that to determine if it's to display if it's full. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to have redstone underneath all of these, and as you can see, the ones that are all lit are lighting this one as well. But remember, you have a distance of 15, so for this one right here, that starts here, that's distance 1. It went here, distance 2. Then there was another one lit, so that was from there, it's 1, distance 2, and then on down. So we're going to go down 15 layers, basically. So let's take a look at that. Now, interestingly, as you see this coming down, I'm probably going to light this up eventually. You start to see, you can't really see it, but the third one is starting to get dimmer than the rest. And by the time you get to the very bottom, this row had 15 blocks of redstone to right here, and that was the last block that torch could power. It can't power that one. Oh, it could power that one, but it's just enough to power this repeater. Oh, I guess it can't power that. It can't power that one, can't power anything, but the repeater will grab this adjacent state coming into it and then repeats it, right? So it could not power this block. This one right here, 15 all the way down to here, that's block 16. That's block 16. It can't power those. If I were to break that and put redstone, there's no power on that redstone, right? But it can do a repeater. Repeater will take the signal on the block adjacent to it and repeat it, so it's able to do that. So this one here, there's no power there, so it's out. No problem. Then we see over here, we have kind of the reverse of the situation up top. Anywhere where something is actually out, it is now lit. Everyone else who was getting power is now not lit. And once again, we're going to do the same thing. We put the redstone, and we're going to go 15 redstone that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this is kind of a cool looking thing right here, because now we're the inverse of that. There's very few that are full, and those are spreading out across the grid here, but only one line has the strength to get to here, and that's the one that is directly in line with it, because that's 15 blocks. Everyone else, that's 16, that's 16, so those aren't going to get lit up and therefore aren't going to light up these repeaters. This took a lot of redstone to make this. We're still working on it, in fact. So you can see here that I just used repeaters the rest of the way to the distance where I needed to go back up to the lights. And the lights are just a matter of alternating redstone torches. We have a off, no power, so this one's on, no power, next one's off. And then we do a little bit of diagonal just to get it over to where it needs to go. This off turns that on, this on turns that one off, and then so this block above it is not being powered. And if we go see what that block is, you see that it has a torch on it. Because it's not getting powered, this torch is live. This torch is lighting up this, or providing power to this block. And right above this block is, you guessed it, the light that we saw on the ground. So by powering that up, it's lighting up that light saying that the chicken is full. Kind of a lot going on there. I know, kind of a lot going on, but it seems to be working, which is pretty neat, I think, actually. And plus that it looks really cool down here, I think. I don't know if we have some so it looks like we only have one. Oops. Another thing is full, and then these are, I know that these are the two iron for sure. What we could do here is just there's a lot of stuff coming in and out of this usually, but we'll just kind of throw something in the sorter just to move things along and give us a sample. Yeah, we'll do that, and that, and that, and that, and that. So we want that or that. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so that's some stuff I'm throwing in the sorter. I'll go into how that works in detail, probably on another video one of these days. But I did want to just see what this looks like down here, because I think it's pretty fun when we start to sort things. You can see it's a little bit of a interesting light show. Actually, most of those items, yeah, they'll come down. There you go. You know, you start to see these things because temporarily the hopper is opened because by the torch going out. And the torch goes out whenever something passes over it and the count goes above 41. If it's not full, then the torch goes out. When the torch goes out, this whole chain of events kicks off, and it actually makes the light flash up above when things are coming in here. So. Yeah, so there you see the cobblestone and the granite, whatever that is, flashing here, indicating that they are filling. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, is we're building that out. So I've got that completed for these first three sections on the right, which are the 7 double hoppers, excuse me, 7 double chests on the bottom here. These are some of the things that we have a bunch of, or would like to have a bunch of. Some of them we're not sure why we have so many of them, but we do. You know, I'm not sure why I'm keeping that, but we get a lot of it, so when it's full, we don't want any more. Really surprised that we're not full. But looks like we're full up on dirt. So now I'm using dirt. We got dirt, lots of dirt. And these again aren't correct because I've already been manually kind of destroying the underneath piece, not destroying, building it out here. For a while I had little short runs from here to there, which I could do. You can definitely do that. Just move this redstone and take it one here, one here, one here, you know, down a couple so that's underneath the light block. And yeah, you could definitely do that, but you can't do it for everyone because the redstone is too strong, and it'll, if one of these is lit, it's going to light up the adjacent lights as well, because you can't get 15 blocks away. Yeah, that's good. Didn't know that the notifications didn't show on the screen. That's great. Anyways, you couldn't get 15 blocks away in order to do that. I tried a whole bunch of different things to try and make this work. I actually tried this other system that created a used observers to create kind of a switch. Every time it would see the light go off, it would kick a switch, which would turn the light off. And then when this would turn back on, it would do the switch again, and this would turn back on, back off, or whatever. It would switch it on and off based on this switching. It just kept getting out of sync. It was very annoying. I'm not sure why that was exactly, but it was. So you can see I've started to build this out for these three. We don't have them all yet. We're just down to here. So I'm still in the process of digging this out and finishing it. So that's what I'm working on today. And, you know, not that this is terribly interesting, but if you're, check it out, check it out. Yeah. Look at something really quick here. Oh, I broke my well, I don't really have a backup, so I have to go probably make one. And I'm really feeling like doing that right now today. So we're probably going to be done for the evening. So anyways, at least I explained how it worked. If you didn't get to see me building very much of it, this one's slightly different from the other one. I mean, not the other one I went down 15 levels. This one I didn't go down 15. I think I went down 9. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then instead of continuing down, I just went horizontal. I could have gone horizontal anywhere along here, but I wanted to get down below other things that I have built over in that area. And then once I get to the 15th block, I put in a repeater that now gives us a nice fresh charge on that block. So whether that, you know, if I have power, then it turns that torch off. If there's no power, it turns on. And when that turns on and off, it again, this redstone, guess how many we need? 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There you go. 15 redstone to right here. And then to get where I needed to be for those torches to be in the right spot, you know, I needed this many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeaters to light up this block. Then we go straight up 3 torches, 1, 2, 3, and then from here I'm going over 1, 2, and then straight up from there is the can't really see it from here, but yeah, on this side you'll see it, you know, straight up from these is one more, and this is the one that lights up the block that's right below the lamp. So if this is lit, the lamp is lit. You can see that most of these are not, because most of these are not full. And the same kind of thing here, except I haven't built out these you know, these are all would all show these are not full, because I haven't built out the underlying redstone yet to oh, I don't have a pickaxe. I guess I can use an axe. Yeah, let's do it. Painful. It's almost like using your hands on beginning of the game when you're trying to do your first tree, and you need to just beat it to get that wood so you can get started. Okay, great. Of course. Be amazingly too helpful. I actually have what I need. For me, I have a few. Whoa, not very many left. I'm out of redstone. Everything. Yeah. All I wanted to do was do this top layer right here so that that should make sure all the lights are off up top so that we don't think any of them are full. Oh, they're all. I still have some that are showing. Oh, are those still showing as potentially full? On that one. A little bit of troubleshooting here. So I am lighting all of those, which should turn off. Where to get to the side? Yeah, it should turn off all of these. Those are all on. Oh, that's funny. I haven't fixed this yet, and I don't have pickaxe to fix this either. Yeah, it's the old way. That's why some of this won't lit. Okay. Well, now nothing will be lit for sure. I'm not going to try and break all these and put them into torches because that will just be annoying. So many different ways to get there. Yep, all the lights are out on the left. That's perfect. As it should be for now. All right, I think that will be it for now. We will resume in a little while once I get a pickaxe.